So here in my mitts, I'm clutching the latest OnePlus budget-friendly smartphone. It's the OnePlus Nord CE 5G. It's going on sale on June the 14th here in Blighty across most of Europe and parts of Asia and the Middle East. So apologies for any US peeps, there is no set US release date just yet. The CE stands for Core Edition because it basically keeps all the core elements from the original OnePlus Nord, which made it so bloody lovely, strips out some of the stuff that is kind of fluff on the side and not entirely necessary, but also adds in a couple of bonus bits as well. But enough waffle, it's time to whip the OnePlus Nord CE 5G on out of its box, take you on a full-on tour of the hardware and the software, test the game and smarts, all that good stuff. And for more of the latest greatest tech, please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! So in the box you get, surprise surprise, one OnePlus Nord CE 5G. You've got your almighty warp charge adapter. You've got your lovely bright red USB cable. You do still get a bundled condom case to help keep your OnePlus Nord CE 5G nice and safe as well. It's quite a funky design on this one as well, part transparent, part frosted. Otherwise, if you don't fancy using that condom case, there is a selection of colourful bumper cases that you can buy direct from OnePlus as well. All of them strangely rocking this speckled design, which I'm not going to lie, kind of makes them look like vomit. This one I dubbed the far too much ice cream and sherbet on a sunny summer's day. Well, this one here has definitely got more of a blueberry sours kind of vibe to it. Too many 99p shots on a Saturday night. The usual quick start guide, another pamphlet gumph. And you do usually get a welcome letter with OnePlus handsets from Pete Lau, but today it's from the OnePlus Nord team instead. Clearly Pete was busy, must have been washing his hair or something. And that's everything you get in the box, so time to check out the phone. So no real surprises for the OnePlus Nord CE 5G design. Looks very similar to the standard OnePlus Nord. You got the OnePlus logo slapped there on the back, nice simple sleek finish. And this is apparently the skinniest OnePlus smartphone since the 6T. It certainly is nice and slender, although you do have that Jutton camera lens, which adds a little bit extra on. It is just plastic around the back, but up front you do have a screen protector to help add a bit of extra durability, and of course you've got that bundled condom case too. There's quite a glossy finish, as you can see. That's immediately picking up all of the dust and sort of residue that's floating around the studio. So yeah, it's covered in cack pretty quickly, so you'll definitely have to give it the occasional buffing. The OnePlus alert slider is missing from the edge, just like with the other budget OnePlus smartphone, so it's just your power button there on the right edge, and then on the opposite edge you've got the volume controls and your SIM tray. Yeah, the big excitement is that down below you once again have that headphone jack reinstated, so great news for you audio fans. This right here is the very dark charcoal ink version of the OnePlus Nord CE 5G, but you can also grab it in blue void or silver ray. So yeah, whoever actually comes up with these names at OnePlus is clearly still starting each brainstorming session by puffing a whole bucket of glue. And while this charcoal ink model is quite glossy, apparently the blue void version is the hero of the bunch. That comes with more of a matte finish, so if you don't like your fingerprint smears and all that greasy mark shenanigans, then that might be the one to go for. Oh, and while the CE model does reinstate that headphone jack, sadly there's no love for any micro SD memory card support. You've got dual SIM support in there, but no memory card action. Alright, so the OnePlus Nord CE 5G all set up and ready for action, and you will notice there is an in-display fingerprint sensor here on the CE. It's touch wood so far, seems nice and responsive. And what you got on here is the latest, freshest Android 11 OS, but of course you've got OnePlus's OxygenOS 11 slathered on top of that, which just changes up the look and the feel a fair amount, but you still got that sort of stock Android vibe still. So by default, you've got the likes of the Android apps tray on there to store away all your goodies. You've also got, of course, the Google Discover feed. But if you swipe down, you will access the OnePlus Shelf feature, which just gives you fast access to your recent apps, shows you how many steps you've taken, etc. Because you can change this in the settings, just long press on the desktops or pinch, go to Home Settings, and you'll see swipe down to access Shelf. You can change that to the notifications bar if you like, which I do prefer. I like the Shelf, but I liked it when it's shunted off to the side rather than dragged down from the top, because of course it's just handy to access your notifications that way. And of course, OxygenOS adds all kinds of bonus features on top of the standard Android setup as well. So for instance, dive into customization. You've got fast, easy access to changing up your wallpapers. You've got the new Canvas feature. This just allows you to take any photo that you've downloaded or taken with the OnePlus Nord CE 5G's camera, and then you can just drag it into the middle there, hit preview, and voila, you've got an absolutely terrifying wallpapery thingy. Yup. And the OnePlus Nord CE 5G also serves up a proper actual always-on display as well, so you can choose from a variety of different efforts, including the Insight one, which of course was recently introduced. Tells you exactly how much of your life you're spaffing away on your smartphone. And then as you can see there, when the phone is hibernating, you've got fast access to the time, the date, and any waiting notifications. I wouldn't recommend this one because it's a bit fucking weird. You've got the usual gesture navigation. Of course, you've got full support for Android swipe gestures, as you would hope and expect. And you've also got the addition of face unlock as well as that fingerprint sensor. So I'll stick my face in that hole. And this tends to work a treat, as long as obviously you're not wearing a face mask, because that could most likely balk it, at least you hope it would. And one of my other final favourite OxygenOS features, which has once again appeared on the OnePlus Nord CE 5G, is that game space tool, which we'll touch on when I get to the performance. As for your storage, well, OnePlus has crammed either 128 or 256 gigs of internal space into the OnePlus Nord CE 5G, so there should be plenty of space for most users, even in that base model, although there's no micro SD memory card support, and that's UFS 2.1, so not the super nippy new 3.1. And unlike a lot of budget smartphones, OnePlus is promising with the OnePlus Nord CE 5G you will get at least 2 years of OS updates and 3 years of security updates. That's great for a bit of peace of mind if you're going to be keeping the phone for the long haul. Now, the OnePlus Nord CE 5G sports a 6.43-inch AMOLED display. It's a Full HD Plus resolution, 2400 by 1080, so reasonably crisp despite quite a spacious panel. And because you've got that AMOLED tech, it means that you've got some nice rich colours coming through and pretty sharp contrast too. In fact, you've actually got full HDR streaming support in the likes of Netflix. For my hands-on session so far, something seems bright enough to handle all kinds of outdoor sunlight, because that is actually happening here in the UK now. Viewing angles are nice and wide, and yeah, there's a dinky little selfie orifice, but at least it's shunted away in the top corner, not too troublesome. Dive on into the display settings, you'll find all the stuff we know and love from OnePlus smartphones, so you can fully calibrate that display. It's set to vivid mode by default, which is great for, your bit of animation, your anime, all that good stuff. You can get more natural output if you prefer, though, otherwise calibrate it yourself. And you do have 90 Hz refresh, just like with the original OnePlus Nord. And this is a dynamic refresh rate selection as well, so even at 90 Hz, it will bump it down to 60 Hz when appropriate if you're not actually using anything that supports 90 Hz at the time. And yeah, you got usual reading mode, vision comfort, all that good stuff too. As for your audio, well, it is just a mono speaker setup sadly here on the OnePlus Nord CE 5G. You don't get a stereo speaker output, but let's bump up the volume, see what we got. Especially as you may well find some great deals on this wee bugger here with the impending arrival of its successor. So certainly loud on that top volume, though quite tinny as well, so not exactly great audio quality, but it'll do the job in a pinch if you find you don't have a pair of headphones on you at the time. Of course, you do have that headphone jack down below, so you can get that on the go, and Bluetooth 5 support as well. And if you do jump on into the audio settings, you've got the Dirac audio tuner on there as well, which can just tweak the audio to suit whatever you're up to at the time. So now let's have a shufty at the performance, and the OnePlus Nord CE 5G is powered by the same Snapdragon 750G chipset that you'll find stuffed in a load of other 5G budget phones like the Moto G 5G Plus, Samsung's Galaxy A52 5G, and the Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite from last year, which I still absolutely adore. And the Nord CE does come packing either 6, 8, or up to 12 gigs of DDR4 RAM. This is actually the 12 gig model right here, so as you can see, they're unsurprisingly quite impressive Geekbench scores there. But there's only one way of truly testing, of course, the performance of any smartphone. So far seems nice and nippy for your everyday shenanigans, nice and smooth, zipping around that UI, opening up apps and all that good stuff. But let's get a good bit of gaming on the go. So good old game space, of course, built into that OxygenOS, just adds a bunch of tools and other features to help you get the most out of your mobile gaming. So let's jump on in with a good bit of Call of Duty Mobile. And when you are gaming, you can just drag down that gaming toolbar at any point by swiping down either from the left corner or also from the right corner. And this allows you to turn on that pro gaming mode, which as you can see there, just helps to block all notifications, restrict background shenanigans as well. Make sure you are fully invested in the game. You've got some other nifty features on there as well, like the ability to record the action. You can even rewind record as well if you've missed the action, but it does basically keep up to, I think it's 30 seconds of footage ticking over in the background. So no complaints there. The OnePlus Nord CE 5G did a bang-up job with just a swift game on Call of Duty Mobile on those high detail settings with the maxed out frame rate as well, not a single judder throughout stayed nice and smooth. Of course, that was just one quick game. Hopefully I'll be able to spend a bit more time with the OnePlus Nord CE 5G, get you a full review and see how it can handle a good hour or two of gaming at a time. And of course, you've got that 5G support thanks to that Snapdragon 750G chipset as well, so certainly a good bit of future-proofing as far as connectivity is concerned, especially good now they're actually emerging from our homesteads post-lockdown, going out to pubs and cinemas again. And OnePlus has also managed to find room in this surprisingly slender chassis for a 4,500 mAh battery as well, which is bigger than the one crammed inside of the original OnePlus Nord, so I'm hoping for all-day battery life from this bad boy. Touchwood, fingers crossed. And you've also got full support for OnePlus's Warp Charge 30T Plus as well. The naming convention's getting a little bit clunky now, but it means you should be able to get about 70% charge in around half an hour and a full charge in under an hour. So great stuff if you are going to need to give it a quick boost on the fly, which hopefully you won't have to very often. You've also got adaptive charging support as well. If you do want to plug it in, leave it charging all night long, so hopefully that'll just trickle charge it up to 100% just before you leap out of bed in the morning, ready to tackle another wonderful day. That'll hopefully mean the battery life doesn't degrade quite so much over time as well. Again, strengthening the longevity of the OnePlus Nord CE 5G. So last up for this OnePlus Nord CE 5G unboxing, let's check out that triple lens camera setup slapped on the back end. What you have here is a 64 megapixel primary camera sensor, no optical image stabilization, it's just digital, and that's backed by an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle shooter and a simple 2 megapixel mono lens. And what you've got here is the usual OnePlus camera UI setup and everything, so no surprises whatsoever if you've used the OnePlus handset in recent times. You've got a whole buttload of features to go through, lots of toggles up top to play around with, although if you want to, you can simply ignore the majority of it and just point and shoot. And one of the new features is you can now press and hold on the gallery image there, and that just allows you to quick share the last photo that you took. As you can see there, you can share it via Bluetooth, via Google, or other bits as well. Now, 64 megapixel shooter does take 16 megapixel images by default, just the nice bit of pixel binning to help brighten them up when the conditions are a bit more ambient. You can also swap to that 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens with a quick tap like so. And then you do have a basic digital zoom. It's not a telephoto option, of course, here on this budget blower. As usual, you've got plenty of bonus modes to play around with as well, including the likes of the portrait shenanigans for a bokeh style background effect. You've got a nightscape, which helps out a bit when it's very low light. You've got that Pro mode, which just gives you full manual controls basically and allows you to also shoot in RAW format as well as JPEG. And if you want to get a bit of home video action on the go, while you can shoot up to 4K resolution footage, it is 1080p by default, but you can swap to Ultra HD like so. Otherwise, if you leave it at full HD resolution, you can swap between 30 and 60 frames per second. And then last up, there is that 16 megapixel selfie shooter as well, which hopefully should allow you to capture some respectable looking Instagram shots, but not if you're a bald, gumless bastard like me. So that right there in a nutshell is the fresh new OnePlus Nord CE 5G. Bit of a clunky name, but I do quite like the phone itself so far. It seems like the performance is top-notch. Hopefully the battery life should be an improvement over the original OnePlus Nord as well. You still got that gorgeous AMOLED display running at 90 Hz, of course, and that fresh OxygenOS UI. And of course, it's great to see that good old Jack is back. We missed you, buddy. So I'm hoping to get you a full OnePlus Nord CE 5G review sorted soon as well. But hopefully that's whetted your appetite, or whet your appetite. I can't remember the exact use of that word now. And it'd be great to hear your thoughts on the smartphone down in the comments below. Please do poke, subscribe, and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest tech. Check out my roundup of the best budget 5G phones right now for alternative ideas, and have yourselves a bloody great rest of the week. Cheers everyone, love you.